Hello students, welcome back to history class. In the last video we discussed regarding the causes for the reformation and also the counter reformation. Let's continue our chapter. In today's video we'll be discussing regarding the voyages and discoveries and what made or what encouraged the sea voyagers to go for the discoveries. The Renaissance spirit led to the revival of interest in geography and explorations. Okay, so the interest in geography and exploration was encouraged by the Renaissance for the people. The men of this period began to doubt all well accepted medieval belief that the earth was a flat mass of land. Okay, they believed that the earth was round. So to prove this they had to undertake a voyage and find out the truth. And the other important reasons to undertake sea voyages to discover new sea route were as follows. The first one is strong demand for Asian goods in European countries. Okay, so the goods like species, textiles, indigo, etc. were in great demand in the European countries. So the European sailors set out to find new trade route to come to Asian countries and to make a huge profits from this trade. The second one is the Crusades that had brought the Europeans in close contact with the Asian countries. Therefore, the Europeans were very eager to learn from other civilizations from the Asian countries. The next one is the capture of Constantinople by the Ottoman Turks in the year 1453. That led to almost the closure of the traditional land route to the east that passed through Constantinople. So what did these Ottoman Turks did? They had closed the way that was used to come to Asian countries. So when it is been closed, the European nations started to find out the alternative trade routes. The next point is development of new scientific equipments like mariner's compass with magnetic needle, astrolabe, etc. Okay, all these were used for the sea voyages. The growth of knowledge in geography and construction of better ship inspired the explorers to discover new routes. The next one is support from the merchants and the rulers of Europe greatly encouraged the explorers. Okay, so they started financing the voyagers for wealth and also the resources and the markets in the new area. Portugal and Spain were the first to finance these explorers and the discoveries. Okay, Portuguese explorer Bartolomeu Dias sailed down the west coast of Africa and he reached the southern tip of the continent, and it was he who had named as Cape of Good Hope, as it gave a hope of discovering a sea route to east. 10 years later, Vasco da Gama followed Bartholomew's route around the Cape of Good Hope and he reached Calicut in India in 1498. Christopher Columbus, a sailor from Italy, set out in 1492 to find out a new route to east. He landed on an island and named it as East Indies and called as the natives as Indians. It was later on found that Christopher Columbus had discovered a new land now known as America. However, it was another Italian sailor, Americo, who confirmed that the new world discovered by Columbus was quite different from Asia. And a German geographer later on named this new world as America in honor of Americo. The next is Ferdinand Magellan. He made the first voyage around the world. He crossed the Atlantic Ocean, went around the southern tip of South America, and reached a vast ocean which he called as Pacific Ocean. His voyage was a landmark in the history of exploration as it proved for the first time that the earth was round and it was not flat. This is the image of Ferdinand Magellan, who had underwent a sea voyage around the earth. This is Vasco da Gama, who came to India for the first time, who found out a new sea route to India in the year 1498. He reached Calicut in Kerala. And this is the image of Christopher Columbus, who found America. We'll move on to the next topic, that is the Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution means series of changes that brought about a transition from production by hand to production by machines. Okay, so Industrial Revolution is the name given to a series of changes that brought about a transition from production by hand to production by machine, from small scale production to large scale production, from handmade goods to machine made goods. Thus, the term Industrial Revolution denotes all those changes that took place in the field of industry during the second half of the 18th century and in the first half of the 19th century. So, the Industrial Revolution had taken place between the half of the 18th century and the beginning of the 19th century. However, during the period of the Industrial Revolution, the employer made his workers to use machines in his factory. Employees were paid wages for their labor. The period marked a change from hand work to machine work, from domestic system to factory system of production. It began in England in about 1750 by mass production of goods. Within 100 years, it brought a revolutionary changes in the field of political, social, and economic life of the people. So, in which country the Industrial Revolution began? It was in England in the year 1750. Next, we'll see the causes for the beginning of the Industrial Revolution in England. After the Renaissance and the Reformation, the English men began to enjoy the freedom of thought and expression. They got the freedom to think, they got time to spend on their new inventions. Okay, it was in this atmosphere that the Englishmen thought of new methods of production in different fields. So a large number of inventions were made by the British scientists, which brought about a revolution in industry in England. So the first reason for the revolution in industry is of the inventions made by the British scientists, which will be helpful for the industries. The second one is England had a large colonial empire. What is colonial empire? They had large countries which were under their control. For example, even India was a colony of British. Okay, so you can just imagine. So they were coming to India and they made India to work for their benefits. Okay, so we were a colony for British. So not only India, there were many number of countries which were under their control. So from her colonies, England could get raw material at cheaper rates for her factories. What did they do? They had taken the raw materials from the colonies and taken to the England for their factories to make it as a finished product. These colonies also served as markets for the British manufactured goods. So once they take the raw materials from the colonies and they make the products, and those products were brought again to the colonies to sale. Thus, the colonies also were a marketplace for the products of the British. The next point is England had plentiful deposits of iron and coal. The iron and coal mines were situated very close to each other. Iron was used in making machines and coal were provided cheap fuel. Both these factors helped the England in the development of industries. The next one is the incentive to produce more goods was provided by two factors. First is the huge profits of expanding trade provided an impetus, provided an opportunity to discover new ways of increasing her production. The second one is Napoleonic Wars, which made English industries quite active. Since there were no disturbance of wars fought in Britain, the long period of peace in Britain proved very useful for the development of new industries. The next one is the agrarian revolution preceded the industrial revolution in England. As a result, a large number of peasants were free to work in the cities. Okay. So many laborers were available in England to be employed in the factories. What is this agrarian revolution? Agrarian revolution means the revolution in the field of agriculture. Okay, so even in the field of agriculture also they started using the machines. So the man-made work was replaced by the machines. So the men didn't have much work in the agricultural field. So there were many peasants who were very free and they were ready to work in the cities, in the factories. Okay. The next one is the second half of the 18th century transport system in England was very adequate. Okay. So, the discovery of steam as a source of power facilitated the industrial revolution. So, whatever they have produced in the factories were easily transported from the factories to the markets. So, the transport is very important for this purpose, and that was well maintained in England. Students, we'll stop here, go through the video with the textbook. If you have any queries, you can ask me. Thank you. We'll meet in the next video.